So like I was telling her too, there was something weird with the venting.
Okay.
And I think it was because of the guys, your roof cap that you had on there. So I ended up just taking it off to see if that was what was going to fix it. It did. So then I put on one of our newer roof caps, and
Okay.
so we just replaced that for you for free.
Thank you.
So, what kind of, if you want to, oh, you got it there?
Yeah, it's been repaired.
Cool.
So it got that roof cap stuff.
Perfect. So, starting from the top here, so I replaced this guy here. Pretty much I took apart all of this and got out all the soot and stuff that you guys had in there. Main reason this was backdrafting, and you don't want this backdrafting. It's just possibly pushing CO2 into the house. When it's a new tank, you don't have to worry about CO2, but as it gets older, you don't want that to happen.
Okay.
So, took all this apart, cleaned it out, replaced this piece. You guys now have it venting properly. For water piping, right up here, we started, so put on a new ball valve for you guys. If it's straight up and down, it's open. If you go sideways, you're closing it. So that stops all cold water from going into the tank and all hot water from going out to the house.
Okay.
And then same thing over here, we just cut above, got rid of some of those extra couplings you guys had, put it down. These are Dialect unions, so these are really nice. If you guys ever have to change this out under warranty and get the exact same tank again, these come apart. These little bottom pieces can come off. They can thread onto the new one. You can slide it right into place. That way you don't have to worry about any water piping in the future. Took you guys' gas line, just strapped it down here. That way if anyone bumps it, you're not going to have to worry about it. I replaced you guys' dirt leg as well. It is code that you guys have what's called a dirt leg on all gas burning appliance connections. So you can see you have a little one here. You need to have one that's this big, so you guys are good on this end. It is completely filled up and turned on at the moment.
What's going on here?
Yep, so this is your TMP, so this is a pressure relief valve. So if something were to happen where this tank ever got under too much pressure, pretty much this is where it's going to pop and it's going to let out some water.
Okay.
You do need to have it up this high just in case the house does flood. So that's just supposed to stand there just like that.
Cool.
Down here, this is going to be your gas control valve. So pretty much this is where you control your temperature. This is also a diagnostic status light. So right now this is blinking blue, which means normal operation. If you ever see it go red, it'll blink a certain number of times. You can check this thing here and just run over and see, all right, it's blinking 4 times, that's the problem.
Okay.
If that happens, you can call this number right up here. They will be your Rheem technician headquarters, so they'll either send out a Rheem technician or they can send you parts if you want to try and fix something yourself. But always, yeah, just check this light first. And then on here, you've got your temperature dial. So I have it set to hot right now. That's as hot as I can put it. That's 120 degrees. That's your standard hot temperature for all water heaters. Anything over 125 is considered scalding. So just make sure that you are being aware if you do turn up to A, B, C, or very hot, it's going to be 10-degree increments. So it does go up to 160. So I would keep it at 120. It's going to be more than enough for you guys.
Okay.
And then keep an eye on up here. What I was talking about before about the backdrafting, if you see condensation starting to build around here, and it'll kind of turn like a paler color and you'll see water, just means you guys are backdrafting somewhere. As of right now, you guys are totally fine, and you can even take a piece of tissue and put it up next to this. If you see it pulling up, then you know you're venting properly.
Okay.
Takes about 45 minutes to an hour to get the full tank to heat up. That's just some insulation from the inside. So during that 45 minutes, just try not to use any of the hot water faucets. Main reason being, if you use the hot water, it's going to push more cold water in. It's just going to take longer.
Okay.
After that 45 minutes, you guys are good to go. And then since the water was turned off, just know there is going to be a bit of air inside of the lines. More the ones upstairs than the ones down here. But just let those little burps come out.
Okay.
We recommend doing a 5-gallon flush once a year. So that's just hooking up a garden hose straight onto here, running it over to your drain or into a 5-gallon bucket. When you do that, you just want to close this one right here, so that stops all cold water from going into the tank. And then you can open up your hot side faucet. That way, any water that's on top in this hot line can come down and get pushed out. And that way you don't have a bunch of pressure coming out of the tank as well.
Oh.
And then, 60 to 90 seconds and or 5 gallons. That'll help you kind of get away from any of those leaks that happen in the future.
Okay.
And then, still have your same gas shot off here. We've already checked for leaks on everything, so you guys are good there.
Perfect.
And that's really it.
What's that little black strappy thing down there?
This is just a shim. So
Oh,
pretty
okay.
much just
Gotcha.
leveling this thing out.
Gotcha.
If you want, you can cut those down.
Sure, it's fine.
And then for your inspection, so you've now paid for your permit. Once that gets finalized by the city, you will have someone reach out to you just saying, hey, we're ready to do your inspection. What day works for you? You give them a date, and it takes about 10 minutes. It's pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Just try and get that done within 180 days.
Okay.
Besides that, you guys are rocking and rolling.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no worries.